Welcome to The Author Show, where we feature new authors and books, from fiction to self-help and everything in between. You'll find it all at theauthorshow.com. That's theauthorshow.com. And now let the show begin.
Hello and welcome back to the show. This is your host, Don McCauley. Today we're welcoming the program author Cheryl Williams, and she is the author of a collection of poems, A Journey Through Life. Cheryl, how are you?
I'm good, Don. How are you doing?
Good. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself, please.
I'm a registered nurse. At this point in time, I'm a school nurse. And I've always loved writing. I like music and poetry my whole life. And so I decided to write a book, and so I'm excited that the public is now reading my book.
So tell us about your book.
My book is a collection of poems addressing ups and downs, hardships and struggles and triumphs that we face on our journey in life, helping us find ways to cope, embracing the beauty within and around us. The book is a paperback book containing 60 poems, and it's 66 pages in length.
Now, who did you write your book for specifically?
My target audience for this book is ages 13 plus, even though I have read some of these poems to kids as young as 8 years old, and they were very mesmerized by them. So I would say this book was written for males, females from all walks of life, experiencing emptiness, loss, betrayal, anyone who has been mistreated or neglected, students faced with bullying, anyone who appreciates the beauty and magnificence and blessings that life has to offer.
So could you say there's any type of central message or perhaps underlying theme that you would say runs throughout your book?
Yes, the message throughout my book is to encourage my readers to never let go of hope. When faced with adversities, we must hold on to at least one positive in life, one positive that life has to offer us, because negativity will continue to breed negativity. I want my readers to remember that storms can't last forever and that seasons change, so that they should look for the positive in every situation.
If you had to choose, what would you say is the single most important idea you're sharing in your book that's really going to add value to the reader's life?
It would have to be surround yourself with positive energy. As one of my poems reads, naked and negativity pursues you, surround yourself with life's blanket of positive energy. Stress kills, and finding a glimmer of hope during the darkest times decreases physical and mental health problems. I always say stressing about a situation never changes the outcome of the situation. So stress creates more issues in a domino effect. So my main goal with this book is to encourage my readers to surround themselves with positive energy, finding one positive when they face a negative situations.
Now, if you could compare your book with any book out there we might already be familiar with, which book would it be and why?
Well, I'd have to say Energy Bus by John Gordon. Even though this book is not a book of poems, the message of hope, positivity, and progress relates closely to that of my book, having the same central theme of hope and positivity. A few of my readers have also compared some of my poems to the work of Maya Angelou, and I also feel that this particular book, Petals of the Moon, a collection of poetry by C. Churchill, also shows a similar style of poetry as portrayed in my book.
What motivated you to write this book?
I felt motivated to share some of my personal struggles and that of so many others that I have encountered along my journey, and how I found positive ways to help me cope. I wanted to help empower my readers to find the inner strength when faced with hardships, disappointments, emptiness. As humans, we all go through similar struggles, and that they are not alone on life's journey.
Why did you decide to write a book of poems instead of something else?
Well, I felt that poems told a story in a short, concise way. When someone is stressed, frustrated, and feeling hopeless, a short poem could help bring them some sort of relief in a shorter period of time, and could be empowering to many that might not be in a mindset to read a whole chapter from a book. Writing poems also gave me the ability to express various aspects of human struggles, empowerment, and appreciation of self and nature all in one book.
What kind of subjects are you covering specifically in the book?
Various different types of subjects. I cover from frustration, aggression, from betrayal, hope, looking forward to accomplishing one's dreams, and the hardships and struggles we face in so doing. I also cover poems on the appreciation of nature and life as a whole.
What's one of your favorite poems from the book?
One of my all-time favorite poems from the book is called Phenomenal. If I may read some of it, you may see me struggle as I lay awake. You may see my anger, but you will never see me break. The rivers I cross are many, banks gaping, water tall. The rocks are hard and slippery, yet I will never fall. When life squirt bitter lemons to sour my sweet day, regardless of how bitter, I won't succumb to pain. With perseverance, I walk on, resilience my backbone. With faith, I'll make it through the storm. I am phenomenal.
What kind of responses have you gotten from your readers?
I've gotten some very positive responses from my readers so far. Some appreciate the realness, inspiration, and uplifting nature of the book. Some relate to the struggles and hardship and felt renewed strength to stand up for themselves, while others saw themselves in the poems in my book. So far, a lot of positive energy I've received from my book.
Describe the cover and tell us what feeling you wanted to evoke with that cover.
Well, the cover was designed by Jenna L. Author, and I wanted my readers to connect the cover of this book to the title of the book, A Journey Through Life. I wanted them to be inspired, to look inside, turn the pages, and experience ups and downs, the good and bad, and the unknown. As the tracks disappears on the cover of the book into nothingness, the same way at times we are unable to see where life is taking us, but we must never let go of hope and possibilities. So that's what I wanted to evoke when readers pick up my book and look at the cover of the book.
Did your environment or upbringing play any major role in your writing?
Yes, definitely. My parents always instilled positivity in us, helping us to always remember that we should always walk by faith, taking the next step even if we can't see the way. At the age of 11, my mother suffered a massive stroke and my world was overcome by darkness. I felt hopeless and empty. But because of my deep-rooted faith, my love for singing, writing, and reciting poems, I saw my way through the darkness and made it to the dawn. So I felt that my struggles and triumphs could help others to keep pressing forward, even when faced with these sort of hopeless situations. I felt like it can give them hope to move on.
What can you tell us about this genre and why you prefer to write in this genre?
Well, the genre of poetry, to me, it's healing. And it's an amazing way to express your feelings and ideas. The rhyme and rhythm of the poems pull you in and command your attention. I also choose to write a book of poems because reading and reciting poems was a vehicle that helped me get through some of the darkest times in my life. I felt it could also do the same for others.
What's been your most rewarding experience since publishing your book?
Well, I would have to say the positive feedback that I've been getting from my readers and knowing that they can relate to what's in my book and how they see themselves in my poems. I've seen readers shed tears at some of my readings, and I've seen children that I read to listen attentively as I read poems after poems. So my most rewarding experience is seeing the way my book empowers the thinking of others and so many readers. So that has to be my most rewarding experience, just looking at the readers and see how they relate to my book.
How would you describe your writing style?
My writing style of poetry is called freestyle writing. With freestyle, there are no rules. You just say what's on your mind. You just speak from the heart. I chose this style because I didn't want to have to be held back by restrictions or overthinking. I just wanted to delve in, free my soul, and just reach out in an honest way. So that's why I chose this style of writing. So I had a lot of leeway to write.
Who or what would you say influenced your writing the most?
One of my biggest influence is Maya Angelou. Her honesty, the depth and positive outlook on life that she portrayed in her writing and her poems helped empower me. Her quotes and poems, I read a lot daily. I post them on social media. So it came from a genuine place of inspiration and hope. One of my favorite poems by her is Phenomenal Woman.
So based on your experience as a writer, what's the one recommendation you would make to authors just starting out?
I would encourage new authors and writers to embrace their own unique style of writing and never be afraid to put something out there because you just never know how someone is going to react or respond to it. You should write from a place of sincerity and honesty and just never be afraid to be vulnerable. Just put it out there because you never know what responses you're going to get.
Other than selling your book, of course, is there anything else you hope to accomplish with it?
Well, I've donated several copies of my book to libraries and various other organizations within my community. I have sent my book as far away as the Caribbean and Europe just as a donation. My goal is to empower the readers worldwide. I currently run weekend giveaways for my book on Amazon. And my hope is to one day work with nonprofit organizations helping those discouraged with life to feel inspired and determined to live life again.
In your opinion, who should buy your book?
Well, anyone who has experienced loss, betrayal, sadness, pain, and emptiness, anyone who is tired of being mistreated and looked down on, individuals who appreciate cold, hard truths and are open-minded, people looking for inspiration and motivation, readers needing empowerment on their journey through life. I would say those individuals should purchase my book.
Could you spell your name for us, please?
CHERYLWILLIAMS.
Well, this has been just great. Our guest today has been Cheryl Williams, and she is the author of a collection of poems, A Journey Through Life. Cheryl, thanks very much for being with us today.
You're welcome, Don.
This is Don McCauley wrapping up another edition of The Author Show. The Author Show podcast can be accessed at any time by visiting theauthorshow.com. Selected interviews can also be found on major podcasting platforms like Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Play, and many more. If you're an author who would like to be featured, just visit theauthorshow.com, complete the interview request form, and we may contact you. Marketing is seldom easy for authors, and the Author Show is a great way to promote your work worldwide using a high-quality interview that can make a real impact. Check us daily as we continue to introduce wonderful authors of very interesting books on The Author Show.
Thanks for listening to The Author Show. Find out more about authors and their work at theauthorshow.com. Theauthorshow.com. Tune in next time to another great author on The Author Show.